here's the statistics, here's what's happening right now. They use it all over the world. They haven't had a problem, but right now it seems like we're developing a problem. Mm-hmm. But it seems to coincide with the fact that no one in the U.S. likes textured implants. And, I mean, that's what I can say. It's like no one likes it here.
Right.
And there's all these studies that are popping up saying why we shouldn't like it here. Because there's a lot of studies saying why we don't need textured shaped implants.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the epidemic was for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
But it's a crisis now. So, all of this stuff. Now, what does the FDA say? The FDA says that we need to tell patients three things. One, that textured implants have an association with anaplastic large cell lymphoma.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Next, that it usually shows up in people. Now, here's the thing. The age range is 20 to 60.
Yeah.
Why? Because the reporting screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But they say, on average, now we only have 300 patients. That's of January of this year or December of last year. Right. 300 people worldwide that have this.
Right.
And so they say it usually occurs within 10 years, but there's a range of 2 to forever 30, mm-hmm. which then says, okay, these are more median numbers, not really even common numbers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Usually around 10 years out, usually someone in their 50s that has had textured implants in it. So they need to know that it's possible. They need to know that it shows up as fluid around their breast. So the breast seems to get bigger, so they have a seroma, and they have a mm-hmm. chronic seroma. It seems to last for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So patients need to know that it's possible it happens. They need to know that it shows up as a seroma. And number 3 is they should go and seek help. And then surgeons are told, if you see someone that fits this profile and they have textured implants, mm-hmm. you should go and biopsy the fluid and send it out for a specific study. And that's in my presentation. There's 2 specific studies that you're supposed to get to see if it is it. And if it is it, then the treatment is to go in, take the implant out, and take the capsule out.
Okay.
Right.
Send the capsule for pathology to find out, is it truly this? Did you get it? Everything else. That's the treatment. Unless there's something when we're looking inside that says, hey, it looks like this thing's spreading, then they'll go and get other types of therapy.
Okay.
But otherwise, I say it's a fairly easily treated condition. Mm-hmm. It shows up as a seroma, so really thick fluid. And it will have some markers, cell markers in the fluid that we can test for. So that's what surgeons, that's what I tell them. If you have this person, who fits this criteria, look for it. Mm-hmm. Also look for anybody between an age range of 20 and anything else that you see.
Yeah.
Right? And so there's the specifics of it are not helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a lot of, I guess you could test for this bug, but now everybody's supposed to use betadine to kill the bug. I don't know.
Right.
So the other kicker to all of this is they went and had this meeting, I think it was in Italy or France, a world meeting last year, where they invited all of these different experts in breast surgery from around the world. And the purpose was to convene and review all of the studies, main studies about ALCL, to see how they could summarize all the conflicting information. Mm-hmm. So these are supposed to represent all parties, be unbiased, and so on and so forth. And what they came up with are the conclusions that the studies are poor. It is very challenging to draw conclusions. We should not draw conclusions from them, such as it's all associated with allergen texturing. We should not draw that conclusion, mm-hmm. which is the most significant thing. And then the last thing that they said is it's likely from a chronic inflammation that they believe is from rickettsia, mm-hmm. where they did 21 capsules.
Yeah.
And found that's their conclusion. And I'm going, how can you have that as your conclusion?
Yeah.
So none of this makes any sense.
Yeah.
And, I continue to monitor what's going on because I'm just fascinated by the fact that no one wants to go and talk about the elephant in the room, which is Pepsi's product is causing cancer.
Yeah.
And Coke is being silent about it. So when I met with Mentor, I talked with their vice president or somebody at something that important. And I said, what's the deal? How come you guys aren't saying anything? How come you're not capitalizing on this? And
Right.
Well, Johnson & Johnson doesn't want to go make an issue out of something as important. You give me the company line. As important and serious as cancer. And, we want to do everything that we can do. And it's not our point. It's not our purpose to go and say ours is safer at this moment. We want to help find the problem. I'm like, okay, you guys are just going to be silent and let Allergan deal with this. And Allergan is dealing with it by creating rickettsia, creating new texturing, and saying, no one sound the alarm. FDA, leave everyone alone right now.
Right.
And we'll see what we can do. So that's ALCO. How do you put that to a story that doesn't scare everyone?
Yeah, no kidding.
Good luck.
I think it definitely gives us a frame of reference. I think the most important thing is, these little seeds happen online, and I remember it was last year or the year before with the ABCS where we, posted a blog to their Facebook about the safety of breast implants, and then this little niche group of breast implant illness theorists attacked us. And so I think what it is sometimes the misinformation spreads, and so I think we can take, without jumping into...
Yeah, I don't want to jump into that.
Yeah, all the background that you've given us, I do think gives us a frame of